Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Sweeties, today we're going to do a very special video because I'm actually going against everything I believe. Honestly, because sweeties, you know that I don't even like small palettes, but today I want to share my thoughts about actually the small palettes that I do have and that I absolutely enjoy. So that was really surprising for me personally because like I said, I enjoy big palettes. I enjoy the abundance that it gives me and all the possibilities that they give me. And yeah, but I do have a couple of small ones, but I have to tell you, I consider everything a small palette that is 12 shades and under. So that is me. Of course, someone else, when you ask them a 12 pen palette, is that a small palette for you? They would say no, because they would probably say 6 and under is a small palette. For me, 12 pens is still small, you know? So that's what we're doing, okay? So as I told you, I don't have a whole lot in my collection of small palettes because I don't go out looking for them, really, you know, because I always feel like I get more for my money when I'm buying big ones. And I'm going to at some point also make a video about my reasons why I'm loving big palettes so much, because for me it just makes sense. So but for today we're going to focus on the small ones. Let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a couple of more of them, but I'm going to leave it actually at this for today. So let's start with at least these little ones here from Huda Beauty. So these are the Nude Obsessions, I think. So this comes in, of course, 3 shade ranges, I guess. There is the light one, which looks like this. Then we have the medium one, which looks like this. And then we have the rich one, which looks like this. So all of them I have used, all of them are really nice, and I am totally into the rosy neutrals. I always say it like this because for me, I consider a rosy look a neutral look. I know it's not, but for me it is, because this is colorful, you know what I mean? So I consider these, let me just try to put them together somehow so you can see them all lined up. I consider these, of course, totally neutral palettes. Am I doing this right? Maybe like, no, I don't know. Maybe like this. Okay, so these are of course neutral palettes, and even in the combination of all three of them, you can actually create really nice looks, and also just on their own. But of course, you know, this, if you're very fair skinned, this is the rich one. That might be a little bit dark for you in order to, if you want to create like light romantic looks, you know, if you want to go more dramatic in this color scheme, then of course this is the right one for you. So I really think they're super well done, and I do not own anything more really from Huda. No, that's not true. I have the Ruby Obsessions palette, but of all of the ones that I have, these are actually the ones where I think these are super well done, and they also perform really well. So I really think these are super nice. This is, for example, the medium one. Now I think this whole area here is a little bit maybe too much of the same. I personally would have maybe liked a little bit more of a range, but then again, if you want to have a few lighter shades, then that's what you have the light palette for, you know? This is really super cute, honestly. I kind of feel like this is even the cutest for like really light looks. But again, I'm very fair, so I can do that. If you have darker skin or if you're tan, then this is not gonna help you much. So anyway, these are 3 of my most favorite palettes that I have that are small. Now let's go on to these here. These of course were 9 pen palettes. Now we're gonna go to, what is this, 6 pens? Yeah. So this is Kaleidos. I have showed you this one and also the other one. This is number 4 and number 5, I think, from the Futurism series that they came out with. This is the Electro-Turquoise, I think. Yeah, Futurism 5. Electro-Turquoise. This is how she looks, and for me 6 pans, it's nothing. It doesn't keep me busy for more than 3 days, seriously, you know. And I usually do not enjoy this. Now Kaleidos is a bit of a different story because it's, first of all, the quality is really, really good. This is the, what was it called? The VR Neon palette. And this is also, of course, a super, super nice, beautiful, colorful palette. Plus, these two shimmers here are absolutely out of this world stunning. These two, the shimmer formula, I really love the shimmer formula, and also the mattes, of course, perform super, super well. I have filmed with those. I have done a couple of looks also off camera. Also, this white glittery shade is super stunning. So really, really love it. The fact that they put this orange in here in this palette is also something where I thought, wow, this is so, so cool. You know, that is not something that I would think of even, you know, but it makes sense. You know, so anyway, really, really enjoying those. Now I have to say that all of those that I'm showing you now are not my most used palettes. I was actually thinking, what in the world are my most used palettes in the small ones, you know? And the thing is, I don't really have palettes at all in general that I'm using the most, because I have quite a big turnover as of right now in new palettes coming in and me doing reviews with them and working with them. So the last ones that I've gotten, because of starting my new review format where I'm actually sitting down and doing a lot of looks with the same palette, that makes me work longer with each palette, which is really, really good. And I feel super good about it because I just get also more use out of everything. But do I always go back and work with everything again? At the moment, I don't get around to do that, you know, because I'm really, really focused on getting through the new makeup. But yeah, so it doesn't mean that I don't love my other stuff, but right now I'm just busy, you know. So let's go to something that I absolutely, absolutely love. And if you want to go for rosy looks, this is what I absolutely would recommend to you. And these are the two Colorpop palettes. I don't even know if they're still available, but you might find something similar to that if they're not available anymore. So this is the Butter Me Up palette. And this is how she looks. I've shown you this already in, I think, some favorite, my favorites, something. I think I showed you this one already because it is so, so gorgeous. It gives you looks that you don't even see. You know what I mean? That you don't even think of immediately. There is so much in this palette. This is so super well done, and I'm super enjoying this palette. Absolutely. And the accompanying palette is this one. It's the Give Me Butterflies, or Gimme Butterflies palette, which is a little bit more lovely, a little bit more romantic, I would say. And even together, I think they perform so, so well. And I also love the Colorpop formula. Let me just get them here up together. This is how they look together, and I think you can see that there is so much potential in the two of them. Of course, if you use them together, then you're already above the 12 pen eyeshadow palettes, you know. But even like on their own, between the two of them, I would probably prefer this because it's a little bit, it gives me the option of being more dramatic than this one, but still I love both of them so much. Now you have two pressed glitters in each one, which I don't mind. I think actually they perform super, super well, and it's super lovely. There was also a third one in the butterfly series that was leaning orange, and that's why I didn't want it, because as you know, I'm not too crazy about orange. Just at the moment, it's coming back. I know it, but just saying. So as of right now, I really, really enjoy those, and yeah, it's just super brilliant, super brilliant. Okay, the next one I wanted to show you, you actually have seen recently on my channel, and that is the Neon Drip palette from Poppy Cosmetics. So this is also a 12 pan palette, looks like this. And while this is pretty one-dimensional, I want to say, when it comes to the depth, because I don't think that there is enough depth in the palette, and I also said that in the review, because that is just my makeup preference, because I love to have the drama, and I always feel like I need darker shades to create the drama. It's not impossible to create drama like this, it's just I feel it's harder to do it, you know. I think still that I did create a lot of nice looks with this palette. I think I did 4. I'm not 100% sure right now how many I did. I'm pretty sure it was 4, but I don't know. So anyway, I think it's a very nice palette, and I really, really enjoyed it. Also because it is neon, and it just feels so happy and so vibrant, and that's, you know, especially now in the springtime, it's kind of what everybody is coming out with anyway, neons, because like this is a spring palette as they come, you know. And I really, this is my first neon palette that I absolutely enjoyed. I have tried, I think, 2 other ones, and formula wise I enjoyed this one much more, even though it is such a small palette and my other ones are much bigger. But anyway, I think this is a very good palette, and I'm super glad that I have it. If you want to have the review, then please look for it on my channel, because that is just very recent. Then I have 2 palettes, my 2 palettes actually from Copacetic Cosmetics, because these are the only 2 I have from the brand. And this is the Thin Ice palette. Let's just start with this one. I worked with this later than with the other one, but this is really the first one they came out with. I just received it later, you know. So this is of course a monochromatic blue palette, and just recently I have uploaded all my looks that I did with the palette. This is a super good palette. Super good. If you're looking for a blue monochromatic palette, this might be something for you, because the performance was really good. Feel free to look on my Instagram or wherever you're following me for the looks that I did with this palette, because that was super good. Really enjoyed it. Now, am I the person who wants to dwell on a monochromatic palette forever? No, because I just love variety, you know. I just need to keep moving. So I think I did 3 looks with this, but the 3 looks I did were really nice. And when I want to go and do a monochromatic blue look, this is the palette that I go to, you know. So this is the Thin Ice palette from Copacetic Cosmetics, and then they came after that they came out with the Elysian palette, which looks like this. So this has gotten really mixed reviews, and I didn't even know that, because when I did this, I did a first impression with this palette on camera, and the first impression was absolutely stunning, and I couldn't believe how well it performed. Now, after the fact, I heard from friends that other YouTubers have given this palette and not such a good review, and I don't understand, because for me it worked perfectly. So for me it is one of my 2 go-to palettes, and also sometimes in addition to doing eyeshadow looks, I just go to this palette just for using these shades, the shimmer shades, as inner corner highlights or even as highlighters. So I don't understand why the reviews were not good of some people, because for me it absolutely performed perfectly. So just goes to show you that you never know. Everybody you know, feels things differently, and everybody also works with new stuff differently. And I don't know, I just feel like when I'm working with new stuff, usually I make it work, and it's not hard, you know. I usually enjoy my new stuff. So I don't know what the issue was, because I did not watch any of these videos. I just realized that I had pink on my finger the whole time. Sorry, that was from the Poppy Cosmetics palette, from the Neon palette. So like I said, I don't know, for me this worked perfectly fine, and I really enjoyed it, and I think the creativity in this palette is absolutely out of this world. The next one I wanted to show you might come as a surprise, and this is also not a new palette. I have had it for, I don't know, quite some time, maybe 1.5 years or something, and that is the Warrior palette from Juvia's Place. Now, once in a while I like to do neutral looks. Is this my to-go-to neutral palette? No. But is it my to-go-to small palette? Yes. And I have done super stunning looks with this. Now, if I were to redesign the palette, I would probably, because you only have these 3 mattes here, I would probably take 1 or 2 of the shimmers out and replace them with mattes that give you a little bit more variety between those 3 shades, because this is very light, this is super dark, and this is sort of a light medium kind of a shade. So I would like to have a little bit more variety, at least here between those 2 shades, you know, in the shade range between those 2 shades. And I think I would probably leave the very light one and then have maybe this and this, or I don't know, I would take 2 of them out, maybe these 2 or maybe these 2, because these 2 and these 2 are a little bit similar, you know. Yeah, so I would probably change a little bit about that palette, but still this would be my to-go-to neutral palette, because of course Juvia's Place quality is absolutely top-notch if you ask me. It's also affordable, and I really just, it's a very, very good palette, you know. So yeah, that is that one. And then the last one I want to speak about is also from Juvia's Place, and that is of course the Tribe palette, because seriously, what's not to like? First of all, they are greens. I love greens. I'm living for greens. Really, you know. And the quality again of Juvia's Place is just out of this world. Also the shimmers and also the mattes. Now, is this the perfect format for me? No, because I would like to have this color scheme more worked out in another 9 shades. You know, that would make it perfect for me. But as far as a 9-pan palette goes, this is absolutely gorgeous and I love it to bits. Yeah, so what can I say? The quality is just... This one, sweeties. Yeah. So that is it. I think that's what I'm gonna tell you, because actually there is more, but I'm right now working with it. I'm just gonna give you a sneak peek, okay, but shh, don't tell anyone, because this one is also a small palette, a 9-pan palette. This is Dito Cosmetics, the Fun Break Owl palette. And this is how she looks. I'm right now working with this one and also the Neon palette from Dito Cosmetics. So this is a look that I created with these 2 palettes, and actually both of them, because this is also 12 shades. So sweeties, I'm not going to take anything away from the review that is coming. I don't know what you're seeing first, but anyway, I will talk about that to you. Yeah. Okay, sweeties, that was it. You know, if I were to make a video about my most favorite big palettes, I'm probably gonna do that at some point soon. The thing is though, it changes so fast that these videos are not really real or to the point, or I don't know, for a very long time, because every month it would change, you know. But still, I would have a much bigger variety to choose from if I would do this video with big palettes. Now with small palettes, I have a maybe, I don't know, let's say 6 or 7 more small palettes, and of course I also have 2 quads that I got from Nomad Cosmetics, and I don't include them because I just don't like quads. Now I got 2 of them, so it's 8 shades. That makes it a little bit better. Should I show you? Maybe I should show you, because I have them right here. So these are the 2 quads from Nomad Cosmetics, and I didn't include them because the quality was good. That was not the reason why I didn't include them. This is how they look. It's just not the color scheme that I like, you know. The looks that came out of these palettes were absolutely beautiful. I'm actually using a look of a photo shoot where I used, I think, this palette as my WhatsApp profile picture, and everybody tells me, oh my god, you look so pretty, you know, because people think that if I have like subdued looks and like more gentle looks, people really love that on me. So yeah, you know, if I have looks like this, people get scared. If I have looks like this, people love me. So I should use this more. But anyway, it's just not my most favorite because it's not really my color scheme that I'm feeling right now. I got this sent from Nomad Cosmetics when I became their January Starfish, so I did not buy this myself. I would probably not have purchased this with my own money, but still I'm very, very thankful to have this because it sort of broadens your horizon to new things, and we all need that once in a while. Now, yeah, the other palettes that I have from Nomad Cosmetics are actually super like ranking very high in my favorites, just because it's more the color scheme that I like, you know. The formula is of course really good. So anyway, that is it for, yeah, I think this is it. I have nothing more to add. I hope you did enjoy the video, and you know, at least maybe it was entertaining for you, because you know, we are all spending quality time here together, and seriously, sweeties, you are saving my marriage, because if you wouldn't listen to me, I would have to tell my husband all of these things and he would probably leave me. So yeah. Alright, sweeties, so that's it for today, seriously now. And if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel, and if you like the video, then give it a like. You will of course find everything that I was talking about in the description box down below, as well as what I'm wearing on my face. Leave me your comments, and I'll see you here next time for my next video, and up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.